keep yourself off the ground. You gotta make sure that the further you're up off the ground, the more comfortable you are. You're supposed to spend money on shoes and beds. And
All right. So, how you doing, Tom? I don't know if you can see me or not. I don't think that's important if you can or not. What I have here set up, because I've been farting around a little bit and everything like that, I'm going to try and make some of those baits with the floating that will make the claws go up and everything. And I've already done some of them. And I have some in here already. They're not 100% shot. They're only shot with this stuff. So this one here is the claws and everything for this, the swim bait. This will be for the bandito bugs, which is this one and this one. And this one here, I took the bigger Kitech and I cut the tail off because I figured when it's coming down, I want to see it with the tail up a little bit and see how it goes. Now, what I have here, just so you can get an idea, the molds, of course, the 4 molds. I have these little clamps that I picked up at work for $2 a piece. I picked up like 4 or 5 of them, and they work great. You know, I have these things holding down just an oven liner that I also got at Walmart. The clamp here I was able to pick up online, Amazon, and it's probably one of the best pickups that I did, because if I didn't have these taller ones, if I had the normal worm ones and everything, I don't need all these other clamps. Whereas with normal shooting, if I didn't have this, I would need these bigger clamps that I have. Hold on. Which are these things. And these are great also. I got these at work for like $4 a piece. And they work great. But the only problem is they take up a lot of room. You know? With this little clamp, this little vise I have here, that thing's fantastic. You know? It really eliminates the space thing. Okay? So, now this here is my dual injector. This connects those two together. Alright, if you would screw it down and everything. But seeing I'm only shooting the yellow, which is already in there, and then I'm going to shoot this color green, which is left over from before, and I just cut it up smaller so it heats quicker. I don't need the dual injector. I just need the single. Okay? Now these are 4 ounces. Kind of wish I had bought the 6-ounce ones. This was $100 on Amazon, $113 I think it was. The 6 ounces is like $180. So, and I am a cheap prick. So if I think I can get away with it, I do. And I have been getting away with it so far. Okay? So I'm going to set those there because I'm going to end up probably using both of them. Okay? I'll take it, once this is heated up, I'll suck it all in, shoot it, and it'll probably get me 2, maybe 3 of these, and then I'll grab the other one, heat it, pull it up, and finish off the last one. Okay? Now, when you're shooting and everything, shooting the plastisol, if I was using it as a dual injector, that's what this does. Okay? This is a bar to hold on to it. You would take these, and of course, like I said, they would be connected like that, and there's a little bar that goes up, and you would push it down and boom, and then now they're injected. Okay? Excuse me. And it works very well. I think one of them I need to replace the O-ring in it. I think it's getting a little worn. But for the most part, right now, it's doing good. I think that's the O-ring being worn is making it so it doesn't go down as smoothly. And that's why I'm having the issue with 2 colors. So I'll probably take care of that when I'm done doing this. I want to see how this comes out. If these things will float, then the claws float and everything, but the rest of the bait sinks, then the Plastisol is not a total waste that I just spent 50 bucks on. If it doesn't, then it's pretty much a waste, and that'll piss me off. But, so like I said, what I did is I had made a bunch of other claws already just so I can try it out. I did some with the side claws. There's another one over there. And I did some without, just to see which I like better. I got a feeling for me, I'm going to like this style better, which is without the claws. Without the side claws. So we're going to see. Obviously you've seen some of the other colors I shot and everything like that. So we're going to see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to heat this up. These are in there. Before I shot the yellow, what you do is, because these are stone, and if you don't do it, it doesn't hurt the mold, but it will hurt the bait coming out. You have to lube it up a little bit. I was using a worm oil that I got at work. It's not actually a worm oil, it's a scent. And I was using that, and it works great too. And I take a Q-tip and put it inside, and clean it after I open it up, and you'll see that. Now this stuff here, a lot of guys online, this is just Pam, cooking spray. A lot of guys online say that this is what they use, so I started trying it, and it works fantastic. It's a little messy, but for the most part, it works fantastic. Okay? So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get set up real quick here. Always have a glove, because when this stuff comes out of the microwave, it's hot. Now, for seeing this hasn't been shot for days, obviously it's completely cold. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in 2.5, 3 minutes, and then check it. So I'm going to start at 2.5. All right, so you'll probably hear the microwave going. All right, and while the microwave is doing that, I'm just going to spin you a little bit and show you my little cart. This is all, and my TV's on because I sit here and watch TV while I'm doing it. So this is my cart. I have my molds down here, colors, and this is where I put the measuring cups. And what this is called a puck, and this is leftover pieces. I can reheat this numerous times, and you'll see what I do when I take out the other one from what we're going to do now. You'll see what happens with that, and I can literally shoot, reheat that until it's really gone, So it's actually pretty good. And I am, like I said, the cheap prick, so I like to reshoot as much as I can. I keep this on here, even though it's a wood table, it's not going to harm it, but it makes it for cleanup to be a lot easier. I don't know if you can see the little dots and the little pieces of Plastisol that, shot and then spilled, because you're never going to be 100% clean. Excuse me. If you are 100% clean, you're an anomaly, because I've never seen anybody shoot excuse me, that is 100% clean. You try to be clean, but you're going to get it somewhere. Anyway, we still got about 45 seconds on that. My original plan tonight was to do the yellow claws and then do these two colors as the body. This is that emerald green, which I really like, but I don't think it is dark enough. I think it lights up too much, which would therefore take away from the orange. So I think I need to darken this up. I didn't want to play around with that tonight. I don't know, just laziness, I guess. And I figured it would be easier just to do it that way. Alright, so, and this is what the really technical thing to use, a butter knife. Everybody uses it to stir your Plastisol when it's hot. Okay? So, as you can see, that's 2.5 minutes of heating that thing up. and it's still nowhere near completely done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it right back in. I start it up a little bit, pop it right back in. This time I'm going to go for about a minute and a half. Okay? This is what the Plastisol comes in. All right? This is actually the floating Plastisol. You know, you can see that there, floating Plastisol. And when you're pouring, you have to shake it up really, really good before you use it. And then once you do, you pour it into your cup, and then you heat it up. Your initial heat up, you got to get it over 350 degrees. But you don't want to go over 400 degrees, because if you do, it starts to burn. Burnt Plastisol smells horrible. It will stink up your house. And also, the microwave that you use, you don't want it to be the same one you're going to cook everything in. You want to grab just a cheapy microwave or something like that. And I have mine on top of the refrigerator. The one we use for cooking is in the pantry area. So anyway, I have it up there, and it works out great for me. I do have a fan. You can't see it. It's right behind it. That's what I use when I take the Plastisol out. I don't want those fumes in me, getting those fumes. So I will, take it and use the fan to blow the Plastisol fumes away from me. And this Plastisol is considered probably the least smelling, where it doesn't smell as bad. Okay. Okay, I don't know, you can see that. See, now it's a liquid, now it's good. I'll be able to pour this, but what I want to do real quick is I want to check the temperature. You stir it up really, really good, because the temperature thing that I have, you can use like a candy thermometer, which you would stick the probe into it. It just takes so long for it to do. So I use this, but you got to stir it up good, because otherwise it's just getting the surface, right? So that's 353 degrees. I could have done anything with this right around 320. As long as it was 320, I would have been happy. Even 310. All right, so now I'm going to shoot these and fill them up. Okay, nice and slow so you don't get any air. Keep it completely dipped in, right? And then plunge her down. And once you feel it stop, I didn't push hard or anything. Once you feel it stop, count like 5 seconds, keeping a little pressure on there. Okay, pull it off. It's topped off. Okay, same thing for this one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull it off, top it off. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull it off, top it off. Okay. And this one I'm going to have to do the second plunger. I don't want to use the same injector, because that one's already going to start to clog up. Okay, so I use the second one, and I'm just going to fill it up. And I got a bad feeling this one ain't going to work, because I think it started to cool off in the canal already. We'll see. Okay, so what I'm going to do, top that off, because the Plastisol is still getting sucked down to the bottom parts of the mold, So there. Now that's going to sit and cool off. All right. You were asking before, how long do I have to wait before I can actually do these? So I have a little process. All right. So that just came out. All right. Normally, if I have this in there, the mixing block, all right, I would go in this order. Take my knife, scrape it, get the Plastisol into the cup. Okay? Nice, simple. I didn't make any big messes, but I mean, obviously you can see there's a little bit of a mess. Okay? Then I would open up this, which is the blending block. Okay? Open this up, and there would still be some in here. One color here, one color here. You know what I mean? And I just take that and I would rip them apart and put them in their perspective color cups. Whichever color I had. But seeing, like I said, I'm only using the one color. I don't need this. I don't need the dual part of the injector. Okay. So now I'm feeling it. Okay, this one's cooled off to the touch, so I'm good. All right, and I do not do heat well, so trust me, it's cold enough to touch. You're gonna feel the warmth of it, but it's cold enough to touch, which is what you want. Okay, here's the second one, and I peel off that. Now on these ones, which is good about these, and this is the reason why I bought these, is they have the thing where the cap locks. Pull it off, turn it, and just kind of wiggle it out. Okay. Boom, 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 and you pull out the point. Here's the point that was stuck inside here, right? And then push. I push like this and keep my hands away from there, just in case there's a big air bubble and some hot plastisol is still in there. I don't want it on me. So there's part of it, right back into the cup. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to melt that again. So make sure that there's none right around the edges, because if you do it and then switch your color or whatever, you're going to screw up your colors. Okay? Boom, put the cap back on. Don't do the second one. Okay? Pull that one, the nipple's still there. The hole is clean, which is what you want. Give it a little push. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? And again, like I said, that's still warm, but it's warm. It's not hot, you know? All right. So now that I've done that part, I mean, you're talking seconds, right? I'm going to take off these little clamps, right? Make sure that they don't have any extra plastisol on them, because if they do, it's going right back into that cup, because I'm using it again. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, get off my fingers. Okay. And then the last one. Okay. So that's that. Alright. So now I take off the big one. I wasn't expecting it to fall, but anyway. So here's the mold, right? And see how it's got the stuff on it? Again, take it off, right off the mold and right back into the cup. Okay, so now I'm just making sure that I didn't miss any on the outside. Okay, because you're going to spill. Now I'm going to open this one first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these. I don't need them in the way anymore. Okay, I don't need the vise anymore, but sometimes you see little drops will fall down in there, so I have to clean that also. All right, so here's the first one, which is the creature bait, and remember I said I did the claws yellow and then this color green. Okay, and when you're opening it, there you go. There you go. Right? Pretty cool. So now what I always do is I run my finger and push. I'm looking for an air pocket. Making sure that there's no air pocket in there. This part right here is called the sprue. That's the part that, you shot into, right back in the cup. Then you pull out, and you might see it here, yeah. See, I don't know if you can see it or not. See, you got the little straggler there, all right? Those are from the air pockets, all right? So you push the air out. Doesn't always get in there, but sometimes it does. You don't need them on the bait, so I just pull them off. And of course, like I said, because I'm an ass, right back into the cup. So, yeah, come here. So now, that's that. Okay, that's that bait that I just made. How long did that take? You get up a good system going and everything, and you can do quite a few baits in a short amount of time, especially if they're one color, Okay, so now I'm going to do this swim bait, and I wasn't planning on doing this. Excuse me. I only did this one just so I could see how it would work, the tail would work. The colors I like, okay? So here it is. I don't know if you can see the tip of the nose See how there's a defect? So that means an air pocket got in there. All right? So the thing is, I'm not selling these. If I was selling these, I would want it to be perfect because you don't want to sell anything shit. But this is for us to use. So I'm taking that thing and I'm going right just beyond that little air pocket. And boom. There. Now it's all set. And we can use it. You know? And I'm going to throw these in the water here in a minute and let you know. I filled up the sink. I want to see how they do in the water, of course. Okay? So there's two. Boom, boom. Right done. Okay? These ones are a little bit pain in the butt. I don't know if you can see there. That's where their air hole is. So sometimes the plastisol will shoot through the air hole. And you got to pull those out before. I don't have to pull them out to see what I got, but you want to definitely pull them out before you shoot again, just because you don't want it to be clogged. So when you're shooting again, it'll mess up the next bait. All right, but I'll pull those out after. I just want to show you these now. Okay, and that's it. Simple tear apart. Now this one does two at a time, so it comes like that. Right? Boom, boom, and this back in the cup. Now this one came out very well. You can see that, you know, but this one I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I hope so. I don't know if you can see there. See that it's what they call flashing. You got that extra plastic on there that it doesn't need, and that happens sometimes more so with the stone molds than it does with the aluminum molds. And what that is I pressed too hard. So between me pressing too hard, it pushed the plastic out of the actual mold part and into the base. So I'll have to trim that up. Okay? But that's that. And then this one is the same exact thing as that one. You know, I like the Bandito bug. So to get, you know, what I paid online for the one that I'm opening now, I paid $23 for this one. Damn it. This one here, I got in the group with that $60 for 9 of them. So, it's great for me. Now again, I'm feeling them to see if there's anything defect. And I don't know if you can see that right there is a small dent. So instead of the air pocket being inside, an air bubble was there. It's going to happen. There's not much you can do about them. It happens with the best bait makers on YouTube who's been doing it for years. Because at first I thought it was just me screwing up. But, you know, it's not. It happens to all of them. All right? So now, you're going to listen for either yay or shit. Okay? Because yay, that means they float. Shit means they don't. Okay? And I don't mean the whole bait float, just the claws. Oh. Yay! Definite yays. 2 for 2. Yep. Definite yays. So, that's a good thing to know. But, that's the simplicity of it. Once you get the hang of it, it's not hard. It's fun. The creativity part of it, you know, like I was telling you in the text messages, I enjoy that. I enjoy thinking of how, you know, can I try this color with this color? You know, what's this going to look like? I definitely I look at Yamamoto's, I look at Yumdingers, and now Guggen, and I go through all their colors, and if I see a color I like, I try and make it. If I don't, then I try and come up with my own things. Like I said, my original thought I was going to do the yellow claws, and then orange and the emerald green for the body. And I decided against it. Now I'm thinking, looking at it, I might do the green and do the orange. Or I might make a brownish, you know. But anyway, then of course, you know, like any job or anything that you do, you got the cleanup. And the cleanup for this mold is the only one that takes a little bit of time. The other ones, the Kitec and the other creature bait, they're cleaned up. I don't have to do anything. I sprayed them with Pam, so they still got a little bit of a decent sheen on there. So I could probably get a shoot it one more time. But if not, I'll just shoot it again with Pam. And like I said, that makes a little bit of a mess. But I use where are you? Here it is. I'll take it, put it on my hand like this, spray it, and then I will wipe down the parts up here. Jesus. Jen turned the heat on and it's killing me. I use this right here, you know, clean it up and everything. And that makes it a lot easier. So, but anyway, that's it. I'm going to go and edit this now and see how stupid this looks. I hope it helped you get a better understanding. I'm not going to lie, it's going to cost you money. If you decide to do this, it costs money to start. I was fortunate with the molds, finding a kit online. I bought glitter and mica powders. Mica powder is another one that you can use to make your colors, and it does a really good job. A little bit on the mica powder goes a long way. Like this one here, this green here was done with the green pumpkin dye, and I think I used 20 drops. Where if I had a green pumpkin mica powder, I probably would have used 1/8 of a teaspoon to get that, you know. But mica powders come in containers this big, so you're not getting a lot to begin with, you know. So that's why a little bit goes a long way. My flake, and I got either at Walmart or at Hobby Lobby, and you can make your own molds out of silicone. You can make them out of plaster of Paris. I tried making them out of a plaster of Paris, and it works, but pain in the butt. The silicone one that I made works fantastic. The only problem with those, where, you know, like I get the rounded part, unless you're making a 2-piece mold with silicone, you're going to have a flat spot. And then it's going to be a hand pour, which is not a big deal, because you can make some very cool baits. And if you ever watch on YouTube, you make some very cool baits, hand pouring. Some of those guys do a fantastic job. And I've done it, I've made a couple with the silicone bait that I had. And then it's funny, because I couldn't find the Kitec, I got the silicone bait kit, mold kit, made it, and then I found these online. So it was like, son of a bitch. And this was, when I got these ones, were 15, and then I just found 2 more for 20. Because making 2 at a time sucks. But other than that, it's cool, it's easy, so. Alrighty? So I hope that helped you. I hope you think it's cool. Hope you can see it, which I'll find out shortly when I edit, so. Alrighty, brother? Thanks. Hopefully send this to you before you wake up. Okay? GoPro, stop recording.